catch them on a jerkbait. I don't see any reason to try to play it up that we've not been out here catching them on a jerkbait. I didn't film an intro this morning because honestly I didn't feel like talking to the camera, and I just felt like getting out here and figuring them out. And me and Dad we figured out a little bit of something. I mean, we're not catching any giants, but we're catching a lot of good fish. And even though they're not giants, they're doing stuff like this. Ow, ow, that's sharp. The hook's still sharp. They're doing stuff like that to the old jerkbait. They're absolutely demolishing this thing. And so it's a freaking awesome bite. It's a super fun bite. The wind is kind of intermittent. Like, it's either blowing like a hurricane or it's not blowing, and then it'll be somewhere in between. So we're trying to kind of play the wind, play these banks. We've went up and down this one bank probably 3 or 4 times now and catch them every single time. We're gonna go to another set of riprap right over here, see what it's about. But yeah, I just wanted to say hi, get this video going, kind of make sure everybody knew what was up, what they were getting into today, and pretty much what you're getting into is more jerkbait fishing, because for some reason this spring seems to be a bait every single spring that gets it done for us. This spring so far it has been the 1.5 and the jerkbait, and I freaking love it. So yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy today's episode. The train pattern. There we go. Woo! Mad. Oh God. 5, like 5-pounder with it. That one just came off, dude. They're not good at all. I
can take a bunch of milk cartons.
I don't think they'll work on mine though.
There you go. Smallmouth.
It's a largie.
Yeah. Spot.
Yeah, it is. That's funny. No, it's just a largemouth. Dude, look, I told you. What did I tell you they're doing? Eating that thing head first every single time. That's so funny. That probably means that they're sitting down and coming up to it. You know what I mean? Ooh. Hey, stop it. So interesting here, guys. I'll explain something to you. This little fish, if you can imagine, is sitting like this with his eyes up towards the bank. And that's why every time I hook one, I'm hooking them on that front treble hook, because when that jerkbait's coming down to them, they rush up and they grab it head first. And that's why you're hooking them with that front treble. That's also why it's kind of hard to keep them hooked, because when you hook them on that front treble hook, they got just a little bit more leverage on you. They got that bill sticking out in front of there, and when they start smacking on that bill and you've only got one hook in their mouth, they can come off a little bit easier. So interesting, but something to note. That's why I went ahead and changed out that front treble hook, made sure there was a good sticky one on there, so I'm getting a good hook in them when I do hook them. It's like, there we go. Yep, a little bit better one. Get you a face full of that thing. Get you a face full.
I'm thinking we probably outdone jerkbait.
Yeah. Someone mentioned I needed a holster for my pliers. If I had a holster I couldn't have a holster for my pliers, because all I did is pull them out and go pew! And I mean, pew pew! You know what I mean? Pew pew pew! looking for, throwing, all that kind of stuff. Basically, just going down this riprap right here, throwing a jerkbait. I'm throwing a Vision 110+1, greatest jerkbait ever made, in the old custom color. I call it Tennessee custom shad because I've wore all the paint. 58 degrees, so we've got some pre-spawners, we've got some spawners. I'm sure, oh, that was a bite. I'm sure if we wanted to, we could probably go in the backs of some of these pockets real shallow and find some on the beds, but honestly, I'd rather be out here throwing this jerkbait because when they eat this thing, they are absolutely annihilating it. But I'm throwing this jerkbait on a Lew's TP1 Black 6'8" medium moderate fast action. Someone asked me the other day about this jerkbait rod, and I'll just go ahead and tell you, I am like freaking weird about my jerkbait rod. I believe you should have a very specific frog setup, a very specific jerkbait setup, and a very specific cranking setup. And you guys know I love cranking crankbaits. Well, something else I love to do is jerk a jerkbait and fish a frog. And this rod in particular, just the way that it loads and it unloads, the way that it returns to center when you snap that jerkbait, everything about it I really like. And I talked to a few people over at Lew's before I pulled the trigger on this one and decided to go with this rod, but I love it. And then I've got it paired up with a Lew's LFS 7:5:1 gear ratio and some 10-pound fluorocarbon, and that's what we're doing. We're just going down through here trying to pick off some of these little pre-spawning males, and we're looking for old Big Bessie. I had her follow that one up a few minutes ago. You guys saw it. She had one bite, and then the big one was up under her trying to take the jerkbait out of its mouth. So maybe we can find a few more like that. We just gotta keep after it and keep covering some water. Yep. Oh yeah, he got my dang on mouthful. I mean, little red-eyed demon. Oh, now that's a spot right there. Old little spotter there. I mean, dude, I don't care if they ain't big or not. That is so much fun when I eat. Look, you see that? I'm telling you, man, they're pissing vinegar, dude. They are pissed off. That's funny. There we go. Dad, nah, he's just hooked funny. He's just hooked funny. He just hooked himself again. Said he just hooked himself again. There you go. Oh, I got me a cluster now here. Hails, bales.
Just bring it straight out of it.
Hold that for me.
Bring it straight out.
Okay, there we go. Uh-huh.
He's a feisty little motherfucker.
He's pissed. Ain't big. God dang, that's fun though. Heck yeah. Well, I think we're going to end today's video right here because this is what we keep catching. Even though I'm not complaining about that at all. It's freaking a ton of fun. They are just cookie cutter. We have probably caught, what, 15, 20 fish today? At least 20, and every single one of them are just cookie cutter. Just like all the same size, but they are absolutely freaking annihilating a jerkbait. And I think it's just a whole lot of fish that are getting ready to do the boogie. You know, it's a bunch of males. I'm sure any day now, well, I say that, there's a big cold front moving through tonight. The low tonight's like going to be in the 30s, high tomorrow is going to be in the 40s. So it's probably going to screw a lot of these fish that are transitioning up. It's going to screw them up, and it's going to make them not want to move up and do their thing. But a lot of these males are up here, they're getting ready to spawn, getting ready to do their thing, and the big females at some point within the next week are going to move right up behind them, and instead of catching, you know, right there's some fish eating, instead of catching little 12 inchers, you're going to start catching, you know, 3, 4, 5 pounds. The big females will come up and start eating. But caught all our fish today on a jerkbait. I caught all of mine on the old Vision 110+1 Edo Tennessee shad. Again, 6'8", medium moderate fast action Lew's TP1 Black, Lew's LFS 751, some 10-pound fluorocarbon. Dad's fishing the same rod and reel setup, except for he is fishing the KVD deep diver, the Strike King KVD deep diver. And yeah, we had some fun. Glad that you guys watched the video. Glad that you could tag along. And as always, you know where to go. Down in the description, I'll have everything linked. Go down in the comment section. Questions, comments, concerns. Remember, I don't take concerns. But as always, you guys are sweet. Thank you for watching.